listen with your heart, not your mind. Hey there, I've got a quick thought for you, and it might come across as a little insensitive, and I don't mean it that way, but the concept that I want to talk about really quick is a concept that over my 20-year career in the personal development world, writing books and training and speaking and so forth, I've noticed in the last 12 months this term coming out and becoming part of the mainstream conversation. And the term is self-love. When I hear the term self-love, there's something in me that just doesn't feel right about that term. The same as when someone says, fake it till you make it. Something doesn't feel right with that. I'd rather you say, for example, act as if, rather than fake it till you make it, because you shouldn't be faking anything, right? Let's be real, or let's not play. So my thought about self-love is this. I'm noticing a lot of thought leaders and others that are using that term self-love in the context that if you want more happiness and fulfillment in your life, what you are missing is self-love. And I would beg to differ. That's not what you're missing. What you're missing is truly loving people, others, serving them, a spirit of generosity, right? That's where the real power is when we're looking for long-term happiness. You know, it says in the Bible, and I don't mean to get religious on you, but it's a classic book, and many of the principles in there have stood the test of time. But in the Bible, it says men and women will one day become lovers of themselves. And then you've got Time Magazine here, who came out just a couple years ago with the me generation, pointing out that the focus is on me. And do you know that depression is skyrocketing? There are more issues with the psychological side of things that are just, it just breaks my heart. And I think we're really missing the truth of the message. And the truth is that when you lose your life in the service of others, then you will find it. Now, I understand both sides of that. If you've been abused, if you've had hard times, if you've put your focus on other people your whole life, and maybe bad things have happened as a result, my heart goes out to you. But here's what I would ask that you replace self-love with. Trade it for self-respect, self-kindness, self-compassion, right? Someone who has self-respect does not let someone take advantage of them. And I know there's going to be those one-off situations that can be extreme. I'm not talking about the extreme. I want to make sure that we don't make self-love, the term, part of our normal dialogue. I think it's an illusion. Right? I remember Tony Robbins when I used to work with him. Tony Robbins would always say, it wasn't until the early 1980s that you ever heard the phrase, I came from a dysfunctional family. Well, I'm looking at things now and saying, wow, we're just, right? Now you get people using the word depression so freely. I've told my kids ever since they were little, we do not use the word depression in our home. Right? Use a different way to communicate the feeling of being down or frustrated or melancholy, whatever that is. Words do have power. And my worry with the concept of self-love, it's all about me, instead of serving for the greater good. Serving something, a mission, a cause bigger than ourselves. Right? That's where the real power is. And I believe that happiness done in the right way with sincerity will bring more happiness if we focus on others with a spirit of wanting to serve and to lift in a positive way than just saying, no, I've got to take time out for me. Now, I can understand the other side of that equation too, that you can't give something you don't have. But I don't know that you can have something by only focusing on yourself. So keep your values in check. Keep your focus in the right place and on the right things, right? And then look to see how you can lift the lives or even simply create a smile in someone else's life, all right? Does that make sense? Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think, but listen with your heart, not your mind. I believe that love is powerful and love is necessary for every human being to experience safe, good, wholesome love. Right? I think everybody should have that. But be careful when it becomes all about you. I think that's a dangerous path. All right, I hope that helps. I hope it's a good reminder of some basic true principles. All right, now go out there and unleash your greatness within. And by the way, help someone else unleash their greatness within.